Want to get your metal dream workshop, but you're wondering how much it will cost? Well, stick around because this is the perfect video for you. All right, let's get it. Hey Pack, welcome back to the channel. It's Eric from WolfSteel Buildings, and hopefully you just watched the tour on this 40x60 red iron weld up, and also the interview we had with our client, that one-on-one interview. I hope you enjoyed those videos. If you haven't checked out those videos and you're barely landing on the channel and this is your first video that you're watching, I highly suggest go back, stop this video, go back, check out that tour, and check out that interview, that one-on-one interview we just had with our client, all right? But if you've already seen those, stay with me, all right? We're gonna break down the price on this 40x60, this red iron weld up out there in Kerrville, Texas, very close to Fredericksburg. For any wine enthusiasts out there, Fredericksburg, Texas is the perfect town for you. I checked that out. It's a very lovely town with very heartwarming people. But anyways, let's not waste any more time. Let's break down the whole project cost on this red iron weld up, and then we'll compare it to a tubular quote at the end, all right? So what do you say? Let's get this pricing tour started. All right, Pack, let's get it started. If you've seen those first two videos, you know these dimensions are 40 wide by 100, an exact 4,000 square footage. But let's give you a total building cost of $81,173 with 56 cents. That includes the vertical panels, which are 26 gauge PBR. They do come with their 40-year warranty. We have a different color combination here throughout the whole building. We have the burnished slate on the sides and ends, and then we do have a charcoal roof, and then on that 2-foot overhang, we're looking at a burnished slate, but under the soffit, it's going to be black, and then we do have a black trim and black gutters and downspouts throughout the whole building. Now, speaking about colors, something that I would like to mention and point out, let's put those two pictures on screen for you guys. These pictures were taken 5 seconds apart from each other, okay? On the right-hand side, we have the one where the sun is hitting the project, and then the one on the left is the one where the shade is hitting the building. Now, the point of this that I'm trying to make is that here at WolfSteel Buildings, we highly suggest you ask for color samples so you can actually see and feel those samples in your hands, and then compare it in the sun, and then compare it in the shade. This is a perfect example. You can see how much of a difference the sun and the shade have an impact on these colors. So I highly suggest, if you're talking to one of our 6 sales pod members here at WolfSteel Buildings, ask for your color samples. We'll be more than happy to send them out to you. And then you can actually see them, bam, bam, bam. Consult with the sheriff, if you know what I mean, if she likes the colors, all right? But moving on, we have lots and lots of accessories on this building. So let's start talking about those beautiful overhead doors. Now, for these overhead doors, I like how our client designed them and staggered them from smallest to biggest. Again, our 3D designer on our website can help you design your building of your dreams. If you haven't checked out that video, please go check it out. I'll leave it in the description as well. I'll link it in the description for you guys. I highly suggest you go check it out. Another breaks it down to like from start to finish. Watch it, very educational. But anyways, going back to the doors, we have two 10x10s. These are for his farm equipment, that in and out access, easy to use. And then we have that 10x12 for his truck and trailer. And then the biggest one is for his RV, which is a 12x14. Now, in that interview, I'll put up a quick clip on why he got it.
I messed with these doors quite a bit, but the two 10 by 10s kind of have the right size compared to the 10 by 12, and then you jump up to that 12 by 14, and it just kind of give it the right balance. And then with the lean-to here on this side, we brought it out just far enough to where it would make a nice porch, but there's no sense in extending it any farther now.
Now, another point of entry is a 48 by 84 steel insulated door. Again, this is a little bit more wider than your 36 by 84. Same height, but this one's just a little bit wider. Hopefully on screen, you can actually see how wide it is. Again, this is a 48 by 84. It is a steel insulated door. He will be using this as another point of entry to his building. Now, since we're talking about numbers, I'm not gonna dive into the details on this whole project, right? That's what that tour was for, and that interview, one-on-one interview. Highly suggest you go check it out. So for the 4 doors, the two 10 by 10s, that one 10 by 12, and then that 12 by 14, and then the steel insulated door, we're looking at a total cost of $30,256 with 0 cents. I'll put it on screen what type of R value. So we're looking at $30,256 with 0 cents. That's 4 doors, 1 steel insulated walk-in door, and that includes delivery, installation, sales tax, and equipment usage to install these bad boys. Another cool feature about this building that has an added cost is that step down lean-to. This lean-to is it's not just your ordinary lean-to. We do have a step down. We do have a 2-foot overhang on that lean-to as well. And we are looking at gutters and downspouts, right? But that's a whole separate entity. I'll break down that price later. But for today, for this little section, I'll give you the lean-to price alone. We're looking at $8,375 with 0 cents. We do have a drop on the high side at 12 foot, and then on the low side, we do have it at 10. Now, since we're touching the subject on gutters and downspouts, let's give you a price on that too as well. We have them on the main building and on the lean-to as well. We're looking at a total gutter and downspout gutter system of $3,645 with 0 cents. These actually will be very cool. On the wainscot, they have a cool design. They come down, and then when you get to that brick ledge, they kick out, down again onto the kick out on the bottom. A very cool design. I'll be putting those cool drone shots on camera for you guys. We have them on the roof as well, on the main building by the eaves, right there by the 2-foot overhang. We have them on the lean-to, and then we have them coming out through the brick ledge as well. All thanks to our planning and design team and that communication between sales and client. Very important here at WolfSteel Buildings. But since we're speaking about the overhang, we also do have a 2-foot overhang on the main building, and then you're looking at an added cost of $9,800 with 0 cents. Now, let me tell you everything that you get on this 2-foot overhang on the main building and the lean-to. The 2-foot overhang provides a couple of things. First, it helps with shade on those hot Texas days. Second, it keeps water from dripping down directly onto the walls, which is key for preventing rust and moisture damage. Now, there is extra framing that comes along with the 2-foot overhang that does add to the cost, but this is definitely worth it both for the functionality and the aesthetic of the building. Also to mention here is with the price comes top-notch craftsmanship. These are custom cuts on the trim, custom bends under the soffit and fascia, very detailed work, and only skilled labor can make it happen in a timely manner while being efficient. And lastly, we go as far as to apply a color matching reverse panel on the soffit so it can be all the same. But for this case, our client did want a different color. He opted to go with the black on the soffit. Sometimes we do it the same color as your building on the roof, for the roof and the overhang, right? Because keep in mind that overhang, we have a burnished slate. So ideally we would do a burnished slate under the soffit, but our client decided to go with a black soffit instead, which is very cool. I like it a lot. This is one of my favorite buildings. I say they're all my favorite buildings, but this one touched home. Meant a lot. We became friends with the client. He's a very cool guy. Shout out Mr. Kurt. Now for the inside of the building, let's put those images on screen because this is probably one of the cleanest buildings that we actually got to record with not a single thing inside. So please, hopefully you're enjoying all of these images of inside the building. We're gonna talk about the insulation and those painted frames. We did paint in black, and then we do have the R10 value fiberglass sheeting inside, all right? But take a look, one of the things that our client wanted was a comfortable temperature control environment for their workshop. So we added this 3-inch fiberglass insulation with an R10 value for the walls and the roof, right? So this is key for keeping the temperature consistent inside the building, whether it's 100 degrees outside or 40 degrees. Alongside the insulation, we also painted the steel frames black, which not only gives it a modern look, but also helps prevent the rust and ensures the frame's longevity over time. Now, the cost for both the insulation and the painted frames came to a total price of $20,104 with 0 cents. But it's an investment that keeps the building looking great and functioning well for the long haul. I don't know about you guys, but the white insulation with the black painted frames, it actually makes the space look even bigger than it is. Again, this is 4,000 square feet. It's already big, right? But I don't know why with the white and the black, it just makes the whole space a lot bigger. Let me know your thoughts on the comments down below, all right? Now, let's talk about the concrete foundation on this project. Again, this is a 4-inch concrete foundation. We do have cross internal beams. We do have our perimeter first. We have our vapor barriers. Let's put them up on screen. Abdul went out there. He conducted a site visit inspection on this project. These are very cool drone shots. You can actually see those cross internal beams, the perimeter first. Overall, this was a full turnkey project. What do I mean by that? We do the concrete, we handle the concrete, we handle the building, and we also handle those accessories that include those overhead doors. Now, let's get you a price on this 4-inch concrete foundation we did out there. We're looking at, just for the main building, right? Not including those approaches. Again, we can only give you concrete numbers on the foundation only. Everything else can vary depending on your location, right? Now, for the main concrete foundation, the cost came out to $55,038 with 0 cents. Now, Pat, let's compare it to a tubular quote. Let's put our red iron quote on screen. Total project cost, which is $208,391 with 56 cents. That includes everything that I just mentioned here on screen. The building, the 2-foot overhang, the step-down lean-to, the main concrete foundation, the gutters and downspouts. Now let's put our tubular quote on the left-hand side of the screen. We're looking at a total project cost of $192,634 with 0 cents. Now, in the tubular option, this would be considered a wide span tubular structure, right? We would have that webbed leg. We will have the commercial trussing. Let me put on screen an example of what that framing looks like. We just completed a 60 by 120. I'll use that as an example on the framing, right? And then we would have the upgraded gauge size to 12 gauge. We will not have that 2-foot overhang, but something that we would have would be the upgraded vertical panels. We're using the 26 gauge ag panel, and then we will be adding the gutters and downspouts. We will have a step down lean-to as well. So we're looking at the same dimensions, but something that affects the price on this tubular structure is that it will be a wide span. So anytime we have one of those, you will have an equipment charge, you will have extra labor, extra materials, and then that equipment charge to carry all that heavy trussing. Again, this is commercial trussing, and then we have a 16-foot leg height, so you can imagine. Again, in our red iron option for this particular client, we do have the 3-inch fiberglass insulation. In this case, that would be impossible. We cannot do that on our tubular buildings. In this case, we are giving you a 1-inch closed cell spray foam insulation on the walls and the roof. Again, let's put all of those items for tubular and for red iron. Let's compare them at home. You'll see that the red iron quote is about $20,000 more than our tubular option. But if you want to get more information on these buildings, on these quotes, if you're looking for a building like this, again, we have 6 different sales pods here, 6 different sale pods here at WolfSteel Buildings. So I'll be more than happy to help you out. Again, this building was sold by Ernesto, but he's no longer in sales. He is now the sales director. It seems like I'm just showcasing his buildings, but again, he is going out with the bang. We only serve the state of Texas. So I hope you enjoyed this video, this pricing video on this 40 by 60 red iron weld up out there in Kerrville, Texas. I really hope you enjoyed the comparisons on the two quotes, the red iron and the tubular. Again, if you're new to the channel, we have lots and lots of videos on walkthroughs, educational and pricing videos. So please go check it out. Let's get it thumbs up, let's get it sub so you can stay watching WolfSteel Building videos, and let's hit that notification bell as well. Let's not forget about that, which is very important because we do post videos on Tuesdays and Fridays at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is Eric from WolfSteel Buildings signing out. I'll catch you guys on the next one. So what are we doing today, Abdul?
We're gonna be looking at a job where our client likes his building, but where he wants the building, I think he has about 4 feet of fill that we have to bring. We're gonna see what options we can bring up to help our client stay in budget. Stay tuned.